Good morning, everybody. I had a question for myself, and I just spoke to my son. The first thing he says, Dad, guess what? There's been a suicide bombing in Russia at a train station. A New York City train goes off the tracks a few weeks ago. Here in Quebec, a train derails, and oil cards, oil backwards in French as the law, go off and strike a bar. All about the space you're on coming off the tracks. Suicide bombers leaving notes at the door. Hello, this is who I am. They want you to know who you are, to spin your mind around, to make it think, because they're manipulating us at the same time. Narcissism works in a long road. It's a way of showing something today, getting you to reflect. It's a manipulation. I don't know how it works, but I will say this. Beer, September, October, November. Do you know we leave corn on the field and it freezes and then they take it off the field? I don't know how it exactly works, but beer and hops and mulch and hay that causes fire isn't the same thing as beer. When you eat it, it causes a fire within inside your mind and energy. At the same time, I'm believing it causes like a splinter to build, because we grow trees out of the ground. So it builds a splinter, and we're able to stamp within our blood off that splinter, off the wood. It's almost like a wood carving inside our own brain. And carving, and there's also an actor. His name is Carve Something. Bananas. My son tells me bananas is something to do with good with DNA, and banana is 211141, and it also says Abraham and the 3 pigs, and 3 pigs have to do with the revolution of our creation, and it also has to do with Abraham, and Ham is the pig, and Abraham was supposed to be the God of man or whatever else he is, and DNA and Abraham go together, and Canada, DNA and Abraham and pi all go together. The piano, Canada, bananas, DNA, and when you need help, a towing on the road is 4141 here. So what do we need? A tow rope. What is the road within inside our mind? Is it the English Channel within our own head? The London bridges between our 2 eyes falling down because we can no longer see the same, crisscrossing our vision to show one side of the brain what the other brain sees because of the 2 different hemispheres. One hemisphere which has no spirit at all, so there's no spirit thought, but there's a moon, because the spirit thought is the light within the center of the 1, 3, and 5, I'm presuming. The 7 and 8 are the moons. 6 and 7, 3 and 4 make 6 and 7, 10, 10. That's the size of the moon. And 3, 4, and 6, 7 equals to the 10, 10 world, the size of the moon. And 3, 4, and 7 say actually 7, 7. 3, 4, and 6 say 7, 7, and 6. We all know once you have 7, 7, and 6, inside of 7 and 6, 6 says 1 into the 7 world. It says 1776. So 1776 says the Q. Q, to me, the letter is part of the elixir, and it's the I and the O, because they put the I and the O. When you separate it, you got the I letter. Now they're controlling the queen. The queen is every single move, the crown that you can make, beep, 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 all these electrons in your head working. They're controlling the queen within the dog pound of the mind, which is a creation from Saturn railways to Mars, the Mars sand track that looks like a flower in your head. And around it is the point. Have you ever seen the queen in chess? It's that point. It branches out this way, it branches that way, and spins all around, shooting that electricity. What fire do we need in our body to keep our bodies warm, to keep our bodies alive, to rejuvenate our bodies? It's also to do it hands up, hands down, feet down. Have you ever tried to shove your feet in the air while standing up? You'll fall to the ground. The point is everything, and the point is just below your belly button. The batter's circle, the batting cage, the pitching area of baseball, the poker and betting area, check, raise, all the sayings when you play poker. What happens? The carrot nose of the snowman, the carrots of diamonds, the way potatoes grow, The difference between potatoes and carrots, and potatoes can grow within themselves. I'm not sure which way to go next, but this is the year, my friends. This is the year, and they can't take away the energy of the Lord. They can't take away the energy of the Lord. Goodness will prevail. Hatred will disappear, because there's more good than hate in this world. And for those who hate, most of them would love to love. So we will dissolve over everybody, and everybody will become just like we are, the ones of love, the time of communication. Still, the world will never be perfect, because it was never made to be that way. We have to work on it. It gives us the will to survive. Rocky, the movie Rocky, the boxing, the 3-minute bell. From Russia he boxed against, then he boxed against a colored fella. I don't know what it was all about, but the movies that went on in the history of man tell more of a story than anything else. I don't really have what to write right now. The word 10 in English and the word 10 in French is T and D, which is 8T, and 4T, which is pronouncing hate T, or 8T, or the heavens angel of 8T, which is in hate T. This is a pyramidic world in which pyramids have been dropped from, I believe, the Anunnaki into this world, which have to do with little energy balls that fire up and shoot all the way around. Also pulled through the ground, and when the trees grow out, and when the grass grows out, if you're standing on the grass, it's going right up your pants. If it's coming from the sky and it's coming out of the grass, the sky and the grass connect. Since this is the sky and this is the grass, they'll always both connect. These are our fiber optics. Should we shave or should we not shave? Like I said, if I shave, I'm in trouble. An hour-and-a-half video, one of my best videos, better than any other video I've ever done before, which sustained the momentum of expression. In Monopoly, Barack Obama in Tennessee, 26 and 17, 43, 8 and 8, 12 and 8, 20, 17 becomes 15. This will equal to 35 after. 35 equals to the 42 world. The 42 world says 5 to 9, because that's that's the count period, which is also the count period in the Mayan, which is also a connection to the count of where Earth is and Venus is 3 and 5, 2, 4, and 6 go in between, and we don't touch Neptune, because Neptune is the upside down of our skull, in which the gray is inside. Let's call it the gray cup. And if it's a cup, wouldn't we need a super bowl? We need to put the cup in the super bowl. We have a small cup or a super bowl. Turn our heads upside down. We carry the gray in the bowl of our skull bones, calling it the Super Bowl and the Grey Cup. And it's all about football. 2 points at the end of a ball. 1 and 9. 1 and 9 is the spirit light of the birth, in which you light up 1, 2, 3. Once you light up 1, 2, 3, the moon, and the moon out here over here, you light up 1, 2, 3 on each side. You get 9. You turn it this way, it lights up within your hips and your sex organs. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, trying to catch up on the words I've missed, on the words that have not uploaded. But we, the people, you, the individual, I am, you are, say I am because you are, and regardless if you're saying it out loud or not, I know you're saying, just like I am good, I will try to be good, whatever that goodness is, without taking away from others, without stepping on anybody else, from within my own self, without moving from my seat, without talking to anybody else. I am going to see the good path in life, the good way to go. At the same time, people will not stamp on me, but if they don't stamp on me, and when they do stamp on me, I'll find a way from the goodness of my heart to slander them and to knock them down for their badness, but to always find the right thing to say, to never boost myself up over somebody else and show them that I'm egotistical about anything, but at the same time, you must show the word in order to sometimes put a stop to certain things, to re-begin a new beginning for those who are with you and around you, because it will always affect you, that if you don't do the way it should be done, somebody else will be just like you, and then it'll be just like the way it was. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. In the year of 5774, moving into the year 5775, and G&E, George General Electric, the old gold, the fool's gold. Fold the cards, fold the cards. The cards were gold and alive when they were in your hands. Now they're only fool's gold because you threw your money on the table and the cards are no longer good because somebody's money told you that they have a better hand than you. The fool, the fold of the cards. The fold is now the gold because now you'll no longer give away money that you need to survive, to sit in the seat for one more hand in life. Raphael 7286, thank you for watching.